Love, awesome, awesome. What's up, YouTube? How's it doing? How you doing, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for, spending your time with me. As always, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. Thank you so much, guys. Much love, guys. This video it is intended to bring much awareness to the source of so many diseases that are going on. I got a lot of messages from individuals that are suffering from various diseases, heartburn, constipation, all types of diseases that pertain to the intestines and the stomach. So many diseases, guys. So in this video, trust me, I'm going to share with you one of the panaceas to basically anything you might face. And this is going to be basically a video that has the potential to save lives. This video is intended to save lives. I always support the natural way of doing things. We must remember our lineage, our DNA, our ancestors go way beyond time. These hospitals are just now being here, and we are way beyond that. So there are other ways to approach healing, and I intend on bringing awareness to the power that each individual has to heal themselves. So there's a lot of ignorance we must relinquish. There's a lot of ignorance we must purify, and this video is intended to help you with that. So guys, I'll first start by saying that I hope you enjoy the atmosphere. It's a lot of blue, it's a lot of good energy, and it kind of pertains to what I want to talk about in this video. Guys, I want to bring much awareness to who we are, the body. We say it all the time. The body is 80% water. Look at our brain, look at our muscles, our intestines, even our bones. It's proven that our bones encase water. It's like we're water beings, And one thing that people need to realize is we should start to see ourselves as we're like a water system. We need to understand that our bodies are powered by water. Just think for a second. Right now, I got fluids probably taking filth out my cells. And these same fluids are probably using other fluids to transport themselves to another fluid that then transport it to my skin. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a fluid that carries the hormones that my pancreas created to my bloodstream, and then my bloodstream. Now you see, your whole body is a great water system. Water is powering all systems of the body, and that is the basic element of life, guys. Beyond the human, let's take it even more basic. Plant life, water is essential. Let's take it even further, even down to the smallest cells like amoeba or protozoa, or all these cells they discovered and stuff. But what I'm basically saying is that at the basic level of life, water is always essential. It's always a friend, and water is basically our ally. Now guys, to be honest with you, we have been conditioned and trained and programmed to be ignorant of a lot of things pertaining to our bodies. They throw it in our faces all the time. We're water beings, or stay hydrated, drink water. They tell you all these tips and stuff like that, but it's all programming. Oftentimes you find that everybody's dehydrated, I actually said it, guys. Yes, every single person you see is dehydrated. And it's a frightening sight when you really dive into it, and that's what we're going to do in this video. So follow me as I show you guys some things you need to know about your body to deliver us from a lot of ignorance. Thank you for watching. Okay guys, so let me take you on a journey real quick. Now, let's know who we are, right? This is going to be this is going to be insightful into the source of a lot of diseases. Blank space. Let's put somebody here for us real quick. This can be the eyes. Hello. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. That's good. That can be the head or whatnot. But that's not the focus. We're not really focusing on how this person looks. We're focusing on the inside. So let's take this down right here. This could be the stomach. Now this connects to the small intestines, and the small intestines is just wrapping up so beautifully, so divine. Small intestines is just wrapping up so divine. Wow. You see, the small intestines is very divine when you look at it. It's very long, but it's able to coil itself in such a way it takes up little space. So your body is very intelligent for it to do something so ingenious. So basically the small intestines is coiling up, and then it now connects to the large intestines. Okay?
Dexter.
I'm doing a video. I'm right here, right? And then this is the appendix, and now we're going up. Alright. And this is leading, I guess, out of you. This is where your anus is. You're out. Now, guys, let me just make it look a little better for you guys to, you know, relate better. Here, let me give you some hair. Oh, he really likes the hair. There you go. I'll give you some ears, too. And I'll give you a beard. I know you like that. Alright, cool. A healthy dude, right? Now, guys, now let's look at our bodies. Our bodies is a great water system. We got veins, organs, our brain, our spinal cord. Everything is powered by water. Fluids are using other fluids to use other fluids to transport other fluids. Everything is powered by fluids. Guys, what is the source of all the water in our bodies? Let's look at it, guys. This is the source of all the water in your body. Now, I want to bring awareness to some ignorance that has to be purified. A lot of people have the bizarre belief that blood is created in the bones. And actually the bones serve as a reserve. The bones encase fluids that your body draws upon as a reserve. And we're going to dive into that later on this video. But basically, blood is basically created through this technology we see here. Guys, I got a lot of messages from people suffering from arthritis. I got a lot of people talking about messages about how they're weak, how they're basically suffering. Guys, blood is created through this technology, and I had a video about this. Your intestines, basically your immune system, dictates what dimension, what consciousness you anchor yourself in. So basically this is where disease starts. Our body is primarily water-based, and through the unnatural practice of eating food, you see, eating food can be seen as a natural activity, but at this current age and time, when you look at humanity, when you look at people in public, food is no longer a natural thing. It's unnatural because of what it does to the body. Food, point blanks, dehydrates the body, and it basically robs the body of its innate ability to produce its own waters. So I'm going to stop it here. Thank you. Ready? So how you doing, guys? So this will give you some insight to what goes on in the various creatures in the animal kingdom, including us. Basically, the water that your body receives is primarily sourced by your digestive system, by your, alimentary canal.
Right.
So, as you can see, most people, most Americans, most humans, we eat 3 meals a day. Have you ever stopped to question how much water you're giving to your body? Let's take a look to what this sweet kitten is eating. I don't know what the hell that is, but basically, something like this isn't really water. As you can see, you see how fluid water is? I can't do that with this material. It's very dense. There's a lot of matter in this. There's a lot of mass. And there's a lot of basically stuff compared to what water could be in its pure state. Now, if you're like the average American, I'm eating shit like that. I'm eating Doritos, I'm eating Burger King, I'm eating pizza, I'm eating rice. I'm eating all these foods that don't really give fluids. These foods don't actually supply the body or water system with what it needs. It does the opposite. It gives our bodies mass. Now, the wonderful thing about God, the wonderful thing about the universe, the wonderful thing about our bodies love us. And one of the things our bodies does is it tries his number one priority is to keep us alive, to keep us breathing. Now, do you know what happens when your water system doesn't receive adequate water supply via your diet, what you're eating? This is what happens, guys. Your body is pushed into a corner. It has one choice: either to draw upon the bones, to draw upon the reserves, to draw upon the vital fluids, to get rid to. So it has a choice: either to draw upon the reserves, to draw upon the vital fluids. And this is only necessary to hydrate yourself. Your body doesn't want to do this, guys. This is the last resort. The last resort is your body taking the reserves from your bones and using it to hydrate itself. And guys, this is what your body does. Instead of doing that, your body will much rather let you operate at a low state of functioning. When you look at people, they barely use their brains. They barely use their organs. Guys, our bodies are forced into a corner. It's desperate. It doesn't know what to do. Either to use the vital fluids or to just suffer and live in a poor state of existence. And guys, this is the frightening insight to tell you, but guys, we're zombies now. Our bodies are now at the lowest state of functioning, to the point we're basically alive but dead. Now, let's take it back to the inner workings of the body. I want to show you how all this comes about. Let's go. Okay, my lovely people, let's dive deeper. That's a good question to ask, right? Let's see if you are. So guys, the guy that I drew earlier, we already know how he looks like. He's smiling. A lot of people smile, but there's a lot going on inside the body that we need to address. So this is the brain. Let's show the eyes. He's probably looking at something real nice because his eyes are delighted, you know. So basically, what we're really looking at here is not really the organs. I just want to show you a striking resemblance that needs to be addressed. It's the same thing I just drew. Basically, your digestive system. Guys, it was quite extreme for me to call us zombies. I kind of apologize for that. But I like to give you a lot of insight into the matrix, a lot of insight into the world, and I need you to be aware of this thing. It's kind of horrifying, it's kind of tragic, but once you know about something, you're in a better position to address it. So let me just finish up with this. This is the same large intestines as before. Now guys, first and foremost, our brain is not here. This is our real brain. Without blood, can your brain work? Without blood, can your heart work? Without blood, can your organs work? This is the primary brain of the body. And we need to just be aware of that fact. This is our first brain, our first and foremost brain. And whatever goes on here in our first brain then constitute what goes on up here. Another striking thing we must be aware of, the same materials that make up this brain is basically identical to the same materials that make up this brain. Okay? They are one in the same. You can say they are twins taking on a different manifestation. So guys, because of the food we eat, because of us going against nature, because we're going against who we are by putting dense matter into our bodies. We're water creatures, we're water beings, and this is our water system. This is our main sewer, our main pipe. Now, when we eat food, this is the process. The food is broken down, blah, 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 and it travels. And basically, the goal of your intestines is to make whatever you ate into a fluid. Remember, your body is primarily powered by fluids. The only thing your body understands is something in fluid form. Your body can't understand the pizza you just ate until it's in fluid form. Your body can't understand that apple you just ate until it's in fluid form. Everything that enters your body must be first made into a fluid until your body can process it. So this is what happened, guys. We eat food, it gets processed, turned into a fluid, and then it's evacuated out the intestines. Now, then the large intestines is very different from the small intestines. And this is something a lot of people don't realize, but the large intestines, it has a lot of ridges and holes and a lot of cracks and a lot of basically places where things can just get stored. Like my intestines can just inflate and become so big and just store so much stuff with all the ridges it has. So basically, now a human in its natural state, only water is present in this great technology, this great system of the body. And today it is not what it is. Today, instead of water powering the bodies, guys, aliens have hijacked our bodies. We are no longer humans anymore, and we are the result of aliens. I'm not talking about reptilians. I'm not talking about gray people with big eyes. I'm not talking about humanoids. I'm talking about aliens, the real aliens that they talk about, that a lot of people are yet to realize. The fourth dimensional creatures or the third dimensional creatures that are keeping humanity enslaved in the third dimension. These creatures that don't want to leave, these creatures that are stopping Earth from ascending, these aliens that we speak so much about but can't see, the aliens are us. We are the aliens, and this is how it happens. A child is born. We are born into sin. We are born into this matrix. We are born into a family that practices the act of eating. You give food to your child. Before you know it, the child is grown. The child is eating on his own. Over the years of eating unnatural foods, foods that don't hydrate the body, instead it basically robs the body of its fluids. This is what happens, guys. It starts in the large intestines. Right at the ending of the large intestines, that's where it starts. A cloggage is created. And over years of not addressing this issue, this is what happens. This is your intestines being filled. All these holes and crevices is being filled. It doesn't stop, guys. It keeps going. every single hole, now your intestines is enlarging. Oh my gosh. Every single hole is being filled with matter, with third dimensional matter. Every single hole in your water system. And it doesn't stop, guys. It then begins to enter your small intestines. And then it starts to clog up your small intestines. And before you know it, your stomach is just so clogged, you start to feel heartburn. This is heartburn. Your intestines is so clogged, the food you eat can't enter your small intestines because of the cloggage, and you experience stuff like heartburn. Like that person that messaged me about heartburn, this is why you feel heartburn. Your intestines are clogged. And this is basically, I'm going to address a lot of messages I got. So a lot of people that have illnesses, this is what's going on. Now, these aliens I speak of are highly intelligent, and this is the technology that has been used to control humans for eons, for a millennia. And this is something, this information, it always comes out, but then they suppress it, and then it comes out, and then they suppress it, and once again it's coming out. I'm going to be a voice to let you know what's going on. These aliens live inside us. What is the meaning of alien? Foreign, not of us. Guys, take a look into our bodies. With my eyes, I see it every day. We have bacteria, we have worms, we have maggots, actual maggots living in our colons, living in our intestines. Bacteria, all types of things. To give you insight on the atrocity that's going on. Because guys, I know this video is extreme. I know there's a lot of hard topics that I'm speaking right now, but it needs to be addressed, guys. So let's go further. Now, the primary goal of these aliens that inhabit our bodies, this starts from childhood. This is basically the Matrix. The Matrix is being ran by aliens. It's being ran by alien species that controls humans via their brains. The influence starts in our colons. The influence starts in our intestines, and then is then moved and transported to our brains. And we're going to go further into that. But these aliens are very intelligent. It might sound crazy for me to tell you this, but insects, no matter how small they might be, they are very intelligent. You might think that a human being is smart, but there are creatures in this galaxy that are way larger than us, but we still carry a similar mental capacity. Just because these insects are small doesn't mean they're stupid, guys. And right now, your body's most likely being ran by an alien government. Now, the only thing these aliens want, they want you to be a host. They want you to basically be in an environment where they can live. When you look at the Matrix, everything you see, that's their creation. They use humans. They use our bodies to fulfill their will. It sounds crazy, but guys, it's the truth. Aliens don't have to come to planets anymore and conquer the people and make them slaves. Like, all that stuff is bullshit, guys. The universe is filled with people way more intelligent. They've been using this technology for eons, and it was brought to this planet. These aliens, these parasites, was brought to this planet. Now, I just want to talk about this because I'm on the roll. I might as well tell you some things that you might not know about Earth. But Earth's history is a lot further than a lot of people think. And there was a time on this planet everything was immortal. Everything was immortal, everything was self-sustained, and everything was existing as its own self-identity. Everything was just expressing who it was. It needed no type of external anything. Everything was immortal. There was no sex. There was no need for procreation. Everything was perfect. Atrocity happened. Abomination happened, but everything is divinity. This earth was tampered with, and the way that they manipulated these organisms that was immortal is the same way they're manipulating us now. Nothing has changed. We are still those same immortals, but we are being ran by this technology. So, basically, parasites and all type of aliens begin to live in our bodies because this is no longer a water system anymore. There is actual mass. There's actual solid matter that is formed here. And a lot of things people tell me, well, I'm healthy. I take a shit every day. I take a shit sometimes twice a day. This is something that you have to know, guys, because that doesn't mean nothing. That means shit. Basically, if you're taking a shit twice a day, that is no sign of health whatsoever. And if that's what you think, this video will purify you of that ignorance. Basically, your body can compress this filth infinitely. Your body can compress the same filth for years and decades. Just because you shit doesn't mean your sewer pipe is functioning well. If you ever take a shit, if it hurts, this is happening to you. If you ever take a shit and it's solid, this is happening to you. Solid shit is a clear indicator of dehydration in the body. And if you're dehydrated, if you're producing solids, you are presenting an environment for these aliens. So now, guys, it's tragic to say, but these aliens, because they are in who we are, this is God. Who we are, this is God. Our intestines, our blood manufacturers. Because these aliens are now inside us, they have access to our blood, and that is the gold mine. This matrix, they're trying to get our blood, and they already achieved it. So now, remember, the same material that powers your intestines is the same material that powers your brain. It starts to happen, guys. They start to create locations in your brain because your blood is now filthy, because your body can't get rid of this, because this is something we have to know. A lot of people don't realize this, but your large intestines is porous. It absorbs. Your body tends to absorb all these things back to your bloodstream. If your body was healthy, it would just be fluids, you know, being absorbed, being passed out. But because your body is dense, because it's solid, all these things can't get removed. So guess what's getting reabsorbed into your blood every day? Filth, toxins, and this is what powers your brain. This is what powers your organs. This is what powers your heart. And guys, this is what happens, guys. Your brain begins to happen. Aliens take over your brain. I ain't talking about no damn reptilian. I ain't talking about no damn gray. All these things are distractions to keep you off of what's going on. These are the real aliens. These are the creatures that are keeping humanity entrapped in this matrix system. These are the creatures that are keeping us entrapped in the third dimension. This is the enemy. It is us. You know, and basically, it's a lot of emotion in me, guys, because this is the war we're fighting. And basically, what happens is, instead of a human, you see, because some people, they might think that they're looking at a human because the person is smiling and happy, but really, they're looking at an alien government that has hijacked a human. And guys, these people are very intelligent. These people you see outside, all these people trapped in the matrix, all these people that do all these crazy things, it's not humans we're dealing with anymore. We're dealing with zombies. We're dealing with aliens. We're dealing with parasites that have hijacked humanity. So, I'll stop it here, guys. Let's just rest for some time. Okay, guys, so I know you're wondering now, damn, what can we do? These cravings for all these particular foods, all these addictions that we can't have control of, all these decisions we make that are against our bodies. Well, guys, it's not coming from our bodies. It's coming from an alien consciousness. Right now, there are two forces present in our bodies. There is the force of truth and there is the force of falsehood. these parasites are basically having us in the middle of choosing between our body's intelligence or choosing between the alien intelligence. And the alien intelligence, they want you to eat particular foods. And to be honest with you, these creatures are very versatile. They can live off fruits. Let's be reminded, fruits was our very first step in our descension in consciousness. Because of the sugar present in fruits, it's easily absorbed into the blood and is then sent to the pituitary gland, and the necessary alternations are made so that our vibrations are lessened. So fruits is not the answers, guys, and you'll be surprised. Fruits is still feeding these aliens. They like all types of foods. To give you an idea, come out here, there's too much noise. To give you an idea of the kind of foods these parasites like, these aliens like, third dimensional food, they like anything. This is the guidelines, guys. They like anything that rots. Anything that rots and anything that dehydrates the body. Of course, when you look at food, things rot at different rates. A glass of milk will rot very fast compared to a glass of orange juice or compared to a soda. So we need to remember these aliens are sourced by the putrefaction, by the rotten of the food sources. Whatever we eat, these parasites love it for that stuff to just mold up and just stay there. So foods you need to avoid are foods that rot very quickly, such as home cooked meals, rice and meat, you know, anything that spoils quickly. Chinese food, burritos, milk, dairy, cheese, all these things spoil quickly. Even fruits spoil quickly. What we need to do, guys, is to return to who we are, and this is who we are. We're a happy human being with this organ in its natural state. Instead of filth being here, let's have air here and little water, you know. But the main source is that this thing needs to be clean, and the only way for us to return to who we are as water creatures, as liquid beings, we must remember our duty of this organ as the main water supply of our bodies. We need to supply our bodies with adequate water supply, and that is where diet and such comes into play. Now, most of the foods on the market, it robs the bodies of fluids, and this is the measure, this is the remedy that your body naturally does to solve this dehydration problem, to solve the water shortage. Yeah, I'm about to go out, guys, but back to diet. Basically, let's look at the word diet. Die is in the word diet, so you're basically choosing the way you want to die. You're choosing the way you want to feed these parasites, and these parasites, they basically feed off everything: salt, flour, sugar, everything, you know. So what do? Well, guys, the first step is changing the structure of our intestines from a dense matter back to what nature intended our intestines to be. Our intestines need to be a water system, and we do this. Our only primary objective is bringing our intestines back to its original state. Now, guys, this is like a trailer. This is like a bonus. I'm not going to teach you how to create this yet, but this is lost alchemy. This is forgotten alchemy that we practice, but I created this with my ancient methods that I inherited through my ancestors. But this is a elixir my body created that I can use to flush my intestines. But I'm not going to teach you how to create this yet. I'm going to suggest this. Guys, the water that your body uses, the only water that your body uses is distilled water. Your gastric juice, your intestinal juice, your heart, your blood, your brain juice, everything is distilled water. and there's kind of like corruption going on. They're telling you to drink water, but can you imagine a world where there is no safe water supply? Everything is poisoned? Guys, we are living in this world. Everything we eat is poison. Everything we drink is poison. So there really isn't no superior diet, but the only guidelines is what you need to do is to return your intestines back to its original state. If your intestines can get rid of food the way it's supposed to, no matter what you eat, before it can rot, your body should be able to get rid of it. That's your goal. So your goal is to bring your intestines into its healthy functioning. And the only way you can do this is by breaking down all these solids. And you do this with water. And I'm going to tell you the right water now. Okay guys, so in this segment of the video, I want to help you in choosing the best water possible for your body. We are water beings, and right now, because of the current state we're in, we really don't know what to do. And basically, I'm going to break down water. I'm going to tell you a lot of things you should know about water. So let's start with this. Now, if you're in the Matrix, this is basically a good source of water. I mean, any normal person will be like, this is an adequate source of water for our bodies. But let's explore water. Let's gain more awareness to what differentiates water. Basically, there are three things that you need to know about water. And there are three things that you need to have awareness on. One, water has the capacity to store life. Let's compare water coming from a stream in the valleys and compare that to the water that we use in our sewer pipes. Water has the ability to encase chi energy, and this varies in different degrees. Another thing you need to know about water and how it pertains to the body, the temperature of the water you drink has a great significance. In this matrix, it's kind of a mockery. They tell us to stay hydrated. They tell us to drink water, but most of the time, what temperature of liquids most people are drinking? They're drinking cold liquids. And guys, it's a mockery of your body. I would like you to know, when you drink cold liquids, instead of you encouraging your stomach to operate, instead of you stimulating your stomach, cold drinks retard the stomach, and it basically slows down the functioning of your stomach. It's all about heat. It's all about the gastric heat right here. And when you put cold substances in your stomach, you're basically making a mockery of yourself. You're basically making a mockery of nature. And not only this, cold fluids lessen the activity of the heart. If I was to drink an ice cold beverage, most likely I might start shivering, or I might get a brain freeze, or I might feel cold. Cold drinks retard the natural functioning of the body. Now, and lastly, the last thing we need to be aware of about liquids is the material of the liquids, the ingredients. Is there salt? Is there sugar? Is there preservatives? All these things need to be considered, because remember, everything we put in our bodies has the potential to feed these parasites. And finally, the last thing we need to consider when drinking water, we need to consider whether does it have a negative energetic charge or does it have a positive energetic charge. And what I mean by that is, anything that has a positive charge, when it enters the body, your body can't get rid of it. Basically, anything with a positive charge, it has a foreign frequency your body can't really comprehend. What you want is things that have a negative charge, things that once you get it in your body, it will be able to assist your body in its natural functioning. So, those are the four things that you need to consider. How much life force is present in the water, the temperature of the water, the chemical makeup of your water, And lastly, the energetic charge. So you can stop it. Now, let's tackle the life force capacity of water. Water can store life force. There are two things that determine how much life force is present in the fluid that you're about to drink. One, how much movement was present in the water, and secondly, the temperature of the water. A lot of people don't realize, but the way that they produce water like this in the industries, they basically boil the water down. They boil the water. They say that this is the way that they sterilize the water and make it healthy for drinking. I would like you to know this, because a lot of people don't know this. Anytime you boil water, you're basically removing all of the life force energy that the water might have carried. If you boil your water, you're taking everything out. And this is why after you boil water, it tastes flat. You know what I'm saying? It tastes flat. That's because the life force energy is gone. A good way of bringing life force energy back into the water is to do the method I taught you in my past video about putting life energy in your drinks. Just swish it through the air. But here's the thing, guys. Most of the time, people are cooking food. When you look at the temperature of the food, it's way above boiling point, and you're basically draining all of the life force out the food. And when you think about it, all the foods that we eat, there is no way you can put life force back in the water. There's no way you can put water back. There's no way you can put life back in these foods. So a lot of times when we drink water like this, people don't take the time out to re-energize it. And not only that, you're basically drinking water with life force that has been drained out. Another thing you need to know about is everything that you can buy outside, everything in the market, everything in the supermarkets, all those things didn't come from nature. It didn't come from your body. So it has a positive charge. If I was to drink this bottle of water, it's colder than my body temperature. My body temperature is probably at 98 degrees, 100 degrees, 110 degrees, who knows, right? But right now, this bottle of water isn't warm, it isn't hot, it's actually cold. And if I was to drink this, it wouldn't really help my body do anything. We're already aware of the situation going on in the intestines. We're already aware of the situation going on in the colon. And this does not help whatsoever. We're trying to hydrate ourselves, but our bodies can't use water such as this. And lastly, we need to remember of the chemical composition of the water. Most of the time, the liquids that we drink don't really give our bodies the right ingredients it can use to flush itself and so forth. So, what water do we drink? How can we solve this problem going on in our intestines? How do we bring our intestines back to the state it's supposed to be? And this is how you do it, guys. We need to drink as much hot water as possible. Hot water, or water that is hot, is the only type of water that can activate our stomachs. Hot water is the only type of water that can break down all of the mucus that is formed here. Hot water is the only water that invigorates your stomach and allow it to do its job. It breaks down all of those solids. Think about it, guys. If you had a pipe that was clogged and you're trying to get rid of all these all this filth, if you spray it with a water hose, I mean, it will help you clean it up. But imagine if that water was hot. You'll be able to break down everything at a faster pace. That's the key, guys. We need to drink more hot water. And water like this won't really help you. To be honest, you need to drink water that has a negative charge. Distilled water. You can get distilled water from fruits because it came from nature. You can get distilled water from the sky, the rain, and also you can get distilled water from your body. everything, all the water that your body produces is in a distilled faction, and distilled water is the best water. So now we know we need to drink more hot water to break down this. We need to drink water that has a negative charge, and we need to drink water that has and lastly, we need to drink water that has life energy. Okay guys, so this video is a no holds barred video. I'm just talking about things. My goal is just to bring awareness to a lot of issues. So now we know what's going on. It's about water and the quality of water that we're putting in our bodies. Guys, right now, the same way our bodies are pushed into a corner, it's the same way right now you're pushed into a tragic position. In this planet, in this society, in this world, everything you consume is poison. Every single thing you consume is toxic. Right now, you're pushed into a corner, and your only alternative is to rely on nature. Your only alternative is to rely on yourself. Right here. Now guys, this suggestion I'm about to give to y'all might sound extreme, it might sound crazy, it might sound barbaric, but we need to understand, right now, present in our bodies, we have falsehood. We have aliens that are trying to keep us in a false existence. We have aliens that are trying to keep our consciousness away from the truth, and they just want you to live in illusions your whole life. Okay? So this information might sound extreme, but it is what it is, guys. Right now, everybody's pushed into a corner where the only water they can use to begin to get this problem solved is their own water. Guys, I suggest that we start to drink our urine. As much urine as possible. Urine is that body temperature, so just by you ingesting it, it's already at the perfect temperature where your stomach can function, where your stomach can get activated, where it can help break down whatever is going on. Secondly, this carries more life force than anything in the market. Come on, man. A Coke stays in a bottle for years. Orange juice stays in a plastic container. All these water bottles are just still in a plastic container. There's no movement. But there's so much movement going on in your body, so much chemical reactions. Urine is very charged with life. It has the most life force energy everywhere. It's basically your blood. Okay, can you imagine how much life you will get from drinking blood? Guys, that's what urine is. Thirdly, it has a negative charge. Believe it or not, a lot of people feel as though urine is a waste. There's people around, that's why I'm talking quietly. A lot of people feel as though urine is a waste, but urine is actually the natural response your body does to fix this problem here. Okay? Your body will never produce urine unless it has to deal with this problem. And right now, because you eat, your body has to produce urine so that you can use that to hydrate yourself. But because of the matrix, because of this alien consciousness, they have programmed everybody to believe that it's a waste. But honestly, it is your only reliable water source at this point. So, the materials in your urine have the essential hormones and the essential enzymes that power up your intestines. If I drink a Sprite, it doesn't have what my body needs to move around my intestines. It doesn't have what my body needs to function. If I was to drink orange juice, there's nothing in orange juice that pertains to my body. Urine has the chemicals needed for my intestines to begin to flush themselves. I'm not going to speak about this, you know what I'm saying? I leave it upon you to Google about this. It's called urine therapy. It's also called Shivambu in yoga. But basically, guys, in a nutshell, if your ancestors was here right now, if your great ancestors, your lineage, your family, if they was here and they saw you in the state you're in, what they would tell you is what I'm telling you now. My child, my son, my daughter, drink your water. At this point, it is the only water that you can trust. And a lot of people tell me, oh, it's a waste, it's dirty. I'll tell you what, if it's a waste, as you drink it, it should be becoming dirtier and dirtier. Guys, it's the complete opposite. As you drink your urine, over time, it will become the cleanest, purest water that you can have access to. Now, real quick, guys, because the video is about to cut, I'll let you know something. A lot of people think because I'm a vegan, because I've been a fruitarian, I have nothing to worry about. I'm free. That's not true, guys. We need to understand we are born into this matrix. Do you think being a fruitarian for a year or 5 years will be enough to solve all the problems we did to ourselves? We need to remember we have decades of problems we need to get rid of. This is starting from childhood. A lot of people are just now becoming vegans and they're like 25 or 28, while there's 28 years of filth still stored in our bodies. Guys, it's not the diet. The source of the problem is water. And right now, we're in a corner where the only water we can drink is the water coming out of us. Okay, guys, so some more things I would like you to know about your waters coming out of you. Now, it's scientifically proven that urine is a sterile liquid. If you was to piss on something, basically, if you was to observe it on a microscopic level, urine has the ability to kill all bacteria, to kill all viruses, to kill all things that could cause a deadly threat. The same way you clean things outside yourself. I mean, if this thing is contaminated with germs, all I would have to do is to sterilize it, is to kill all the microorganisms that are present on that surface. Guys, it's exactly the same thing going on in our bodies. We have parasites, we have bacteria, we have all types of things living in us. And what we have to do is, we have to clean this stuff out. Urine is the only thing we can use to kill all this foreign stuff in our bodies. Prescription drugs is not going to do it. Aloe vera is not going to do it. Coconut water is not going to do it. Herbs is not going to do it. Fruit juice is not going to do it. What we need is a sterile fluid that is healthy for the body, that can continue to be recycled throughout the system so that all these living organisms can be removed. You can't drink sodium, you can't drink peroxide or all these artificial chemicals. They're too harsh, they're too artificial. What you need is the natural, sterilized liquid that you can use to clean yourself, and that's your urine. Now, guys, you know what I'm saying, seeing is believing. So anybody that was suffering from all those diseases, I give you a challenge. Drink as much as your water as you can drink, and see what 1 month can do for you, because 1 month of doing this should be enough to obliterate a lot of the problems going on here. Guys, what we want to do is to break this down so that it becomes a liquid system again. Right now, people are just carrying a lot of masks, carrying a lot of filth, and they think they're humans, but no, we're not humans anymore. When our intestines are so packed with filth, our organs are just squeezed into unnatural positions. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, the filth and the parasites and the aliens and all the nonsense that is stored here takes up so much space. Your organs don't even have enough space to operate. Can you imagine your heart being so entrapped it can't move properly? Can you imagine your liver so trapped it can't do its job? Guys, that's what happens when you allow this to happen. You see it everywhere. People are just carrying ignorance with them. People are just carrying disease. Now, guys, I said it sounds like a crazy thing to do. It sounds like the last resort, but guys, we're pushed in this corner, and now that's the only thing we can use to deal with this problem. we need to use our own waters. We have been tricked. We have been lied to. There is nothing filthy about the human body. There is nothing dirty about the human body. Everything is divine. Trust in yourself. Trust in your water and trust in your ancestors. There is a force. There is a battle between good and evil. There is a battle between truth and falsehood. These parasites will want you to react negative to this information I'm telling you right now. They want you to say, fuck what this dude is saying. Fuck Master of Earth. He's crazy. I'm gonna find another way. I'm gonna take a lemon juice fast. I'm gonna fast on water. I'm gonna clean myself out. Guys, none of that will help you. None of that will work. You will be shocked how able these toxins can stay in our bodies. They can stay in our bodies for decades. And right now, this is your only choice for your life. This is your only choice for your health. Like I said before, you want to drink something with a negative charge. All the filth that's in your brain, you need to drink the right fluids so that you can detox your brain. When you drink negative when you drink drinks with a negative charge, just like magnets, what happens? The positive charge is always attracted to the negative charge. If there's an abundance of negative fluids in my body, all the things that have a positive charge, all the filth, all the toxins, all the parasites, all that stuff will be attracted to the negative fluids, and it can then be dispersed out the body. But if you don't have this negative charge, if all you have in your body is things that have a positive charge, there will be nothing that has enough magnetism to take it out. It will just stay inside you. And last but not least, guys, if you see a worm, if you see an earthworm, if you see a snail, if you see a parasite, what happens when you put salt on that parasite? It shrivels up, it dies. Guys, there is a force inside of you that is trying to prevent you from going with this. There is a force inside of you that's trying to prevent you from using this practical knowledge, because they know once you start to drink the right water, all their colonies, all their civilizations, all their creations that are against you will die. So guys, if you're suffering from arthritis, heartburn, indigestion, constipation, Alzheimer's, schizophrenia, leukemia, dyspepsia, all these diseases, everything springs from who you are. Become who you are. You are light. You are the most. You are light. You're not filth and dense matter. You are God. You are light. You are divinity. So thank you once again for watching, guys. Guys, to be honest with you, I have just started with videos. It's like, you know, I don't want to scare off my new subscribers, but this is just the beginning. There's going to be other things that needs to be addressed. Okay, guys? So it's definitely a war going on. There are people you might think are humans, but no, they are completely hijacked by aliens. And right now, it's basically a war between truth and falsehood. Gravitate to the truth. Seek the truth and free yourself from illusions. Thank you for watching, guys. If you're experiencing any disease, it's the water that is the source of your disease. Dehydration is the root cause of most diseases out right now. All you need to do is hydrate yourself. All you need to do is drink water. Stay hydrated, guys. I love you. Thank you for watching.